Hi, I'm Stefan, and this is my first video, and I decided to talk about my personal retirement journey and give you a little understanding of what the rest of the videos in this series are going to cover. So this channel is about running a smooth transition from work to retirement and about getting the most out of the years that follow. In short, it's about retiring to rather than from. Now, there's a lot of channels out there. Most of the retirement channels are going to be focused on the financial aspects. I'm focused on pretty much everything but the finances, though obviously I'll get into that a little bit. So, working from my slides here. As I said, not a financial channel. I'm focused on the lifestyle change from work to retirement. It's a major life event, and really going from working to retirement, we should think about this, like entering your first job, getting married, going into the military. These are major life events, and we have to give some thought to what that's going to be like, emotionally and with relationships and time and all of that. The more one plans for this, the better the experience. So obviously, most of the other channels, there's a few people that are going into the area I'm going in, but most of the other channels are talking about just having your finances right. The reality is that about 20% of people will retire. They'll have the finances, but in that first year, they'll go through some level of depression. And that's just from not having thought about, what they're going to do, who they are, what life means in that first year. I like to think of retirement in the form of an off-ramp from a highway. So we're driving 65 miles an hour, and we see our exit, but that's not the end of the trip. There's another road after that, and it's very important for us to know what that road is going to be like, what we want it to be, in order to have the best experience. So the way this got started is I have a financial planner. His name's Chris. He's the son of my accountant. The way I describe him, coolest guy you'll ever meet. He's full of ideas. He's fun to be around. He's 25 years younger than me, but he's full of an incredible amount of wisdom because he's a very good observer of people. And he's also the biggest financial nerd you'll ever meet, which is absolutely perfect because he knows his subject matter and he communicates it well. He's fun to be around. So we had a breakfast meeting early on when I started working with him, and it should have gone an hour and a quarter maybe, but we sat there for 3 hours. I was getting a lot out of him, learning from ideas that he had, but he was taking notes on things that I said, which was fun, surprising, and what he told me was that I had a better concept of how to transition to retirement than any of the other clients that he had worked with. I found out that it was unusual for people to have very detailed plans on their retirement, on what their options are, what decisions will have to be made. And I think the moral of this story is that very often we have really specific knowledge in an area, and to us it's normal, but it's not, it isn't normal. It's a hidden strength that we have. So, all right. So I'm a couple of months out from retirement now. I'm able to retire at 62, and I'll have 40 years of federal service. So, the money is good. I'm not counting down, and that's something I always promised myself I'd never do. I'm not counting down to the day. Matter of fact, I'm too busy getting ready to retire and it's kind of coming up on me a little bit too quick. I do plan on making some money after I retire, and I'll do some videos on what the options for making money are. There's some really good options, because if you get up in the morning and you have all the money you need for the day, it allows you to take some risks with your time. So I'm looking forward to that. But as I said, this is about retiring to and not from, and that's a big theme that I'll be carrying through. So as we move forward with these videos, I plan on talking about preparing for retirement. Now, when I say preparing, I'm talking 5 years out, even 10 years out, starting the things that you want to do when you retire, so that particularly as you start getting close, you're already 1 foot into that lifestyle, and it's like stepping off the dock onto a boat and just moving on without any real concerns. We want a smooth transition. Going from retiring on Friday to Monday morning should be, it should be fun, but it should be relatively stress-free. And these are the ideas I'll be sharing with you. As I said, there's a few folks on YouTube that are covering some of these issues. I think I'm taking a little bit of a different perspective, and I'm going into more detail. They also cover financial aspects more than I will be. And if this interests you, then please like the video, subscribe. I'm going to be posting my next one immediately. So check out the next video and we'll get into this subject. Thank you. Bye.